Good morning, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kiera, your friendly neighborhood regional flight attendant, and today is January 9th. It is currently 2:15 a.m. and I am at the gym. I'm about to go inside, give me a nice good workout. Today starts a 3-day short call block for me, and I already have an assignment. I'm sitting hot today from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. So we'll see if they use me. I am going to go work off some steam today. And believe it or not, you guys, this is my first time in the gym this year. Like, a gym at all. So I've been going to the hotel gyms on my overnights. And when I'm home, I usually have enough time to rest, get my stuff together, and ready for my next short call block. So I'm excited to get back in the gym. I'm excited. That's why I'm here so early, so that I can do possibly a full body workout and just have a time. So let's go ahead and get in this gym, and I will see you guys there. Made it to the gym. There's hardly anybody in here, so I'm about to get in some good work. Y'all know, C4 girly. I'm gonna do a full body workout, and yeah, I'm so excited. So let's go ahead and get out there. It is now 4:13 a.m. I feel great. That was a good workout. Great first workout of the year. Great way to get back into the gym. Now I'm gonna go ahead and head home before and start getting myself together. Give me a little breakfast because now I'm starving. And make my way to the airport because today they're doing a funeral for former President Jimmy Carter. He passed away, and today they're having his funeral. So I definitely want to get on the road early in case road closures interfere with my commute to work. So I'm gonna go ahead and make my way back home, and next time I see you guys, I'll be on my way to work. Hello, it is now 5:19 a.m. I am all ready to head to the airport to sit hot. Crew scheduling called me about 20 minutes ago to notify me for my 7 a.m. Hot reserve period. We shall see what today brings. There is another snowstorm that's supposed to come through, I believe this week, sometime between now and Saturday. So I grabbed, dropping my camera, I don't know if y'all can see them, 2 lids from tote baskets. We gotta get creative here. So last time it was a struggle not getting the snow off my car. That was no problem. It was the snow from when they plowed that was blocking my car that was the issue. Last time I was able to back out without an issue because there was no cars behind me, and the snow was a little lower behind me than it was in front of me. But on the off chance that is not the case this time around, if I do get a trip, come back, it snowed, etc., I have tools to get me out. So planning ahead, that way I don't have to keep a shovel in my car. Although I may invest in one that, I don't know if they have shovels that fold over. Maybe that's wishful thinking. But if they do, I'll invest in one probably in the spring or summertime when they will be plentiful. That way I can keep it in my car in the off chance that it snows again next winter. So I'm gonna go ahead and start making my way to work. Like I said, it's ridiculous how bad the roads look in front of my house right now. Like, this is the most dangerous part of my commute, is getting from my driveway to the main road. So I'm gonna go ahead and make my way to the airport, and I will check in with you guys when I get to the airport. Like, I just want to show you guys, that's ice. All of that is ice. Let's see if that'll clear up a little bit. All of that is ice, and it leads all the way out to the main road, all the way back to the back neighborhood. It's a mess. I have made it to the airport. Y'all, please pray for me because my patience is being tested like no other this morning. So it started with me struggling to get my car out of the ice. I was tired, spinning, frustrated. Made it to the gym. But then I get here and we can use our FAA cards to go through TSA, and that was the first card that I pulled out. And I'm assuming the guy was new, so I handled it with grace. But I told him I can use my FAA card to go through KCM. I do it all the time. And he was like, he needed an ID with a picture. I said, no, you don't. I have my FAA card, which matches the name of my ID. So I can go through this, and I am in uniform. He was like, I'm not, he was like, I had to check with the supervisor. I was like, I'm not going to argue with you. I'm telling you that you can use it, but at this time now I'm digging through to get my ID so I can give it to him with my picture. So I give it to him, I go through. Then I get to Chick-fil-A. I want to use cash because I don't want to swipe my card. I'm being mindful of that. And of course the person I come up to is doing card only. Y'all, today's gonna be a day. I'm gonna eat my food. I think I might have low patience because I'm hungry. That might be it. But it's just small inconveniences are setting me off. And it's the 9th. Okay. I'm hungry and hormones are starting to rage through. So I understand why my patience is short, but child. I'm gonna go ahead and eat. It is 6:28, so I still have 30 minutes before I have to check in. And then I'm gonna eat up here, decompress, then go down to the crew room. So just updating y'all. We'll see if I get used today. It's now 6:45 and I'm in a much better mood now that I've eaten and gotten some water in my system. I am watching the sunrise. I'm a happy girl again. So I'm gonna go ahead and head down to the crew room and see. I'll check in once I get there and then see if they use me today. We shall see. My day is turning around. Made it to the crew room and my favorite seat is available. So I get to put my feet up while I sit hot. There's no one in here right now, so I'm gonna enjoy that as well. So I've already checked in. It's 6:56 now, so we'll see what the day brings. We have made it to Albany, y'all. I'm gonna do a quick room tour and then I can tell you about my flight today. This is a little closet area. Then we have the bathroom across from that. Mirror, me. Beautiful artwork. Shower here. Bags per usual in my way. Y'all know I love them big mirrors. Then we come in here. Here's the room. We have artwork. There's a bench here. Let's see. Fridge. No microwave in the room, but that's okay. Another mirror. Me. Coffee maker. There's a chair. There's a curtain. This is kind of like a little caddy corner type area. I guess you can like store your bags over here if you want to have more space. And then the view out there. There's this chair. And then a bed. So that is the room, you guys. And let me make my way over here. So I haven't checked in with you guys since this morning when I was sitting hot. And obviously I ended up getting called off of hot around it was a little after 9, like 9:10 when they called me. It's currently 1:15 now. So I just had one flight from DC to Albany, and it's a very short flight, but because of weather, it was very windy coming in. So we had what they call a missed approach, where you're coming in for landing and then you go back up. So it was very, very turbulent on the flight. So we had the pilots, they did their big one with this one, and they announced, let the passengers know what was going on, because people were freaking out. We did have one person, she had a bit of a panic attack as we were going down and coming back up because it was shaking. But I was a forward flight attendant, and so my aft flight attendant, he was able to come up and assist her, keep her calm during the flight. When she landed, she was okay. We checked on her, all was well. So it was a shaky one. It's cold here, like freezing. Like, I opened the door and my face hurt immediately. Yeah, I am over winter. I am over it. I am over it. I am over it. I'm gonna go ahead and unwind, change my clothes, head down to the restaurant to eat, because I am hungry. Haven't eaten anything since this morning at like 6:30. So yeah, it's time to eat. So I will check in with you guys when I go downstairs. I went down to the hotel restaurant, had me a burger, some onion rings. Oh, I didn't record or take any pictures of it. I was so hungry. I dug right in. And as you can see, I'm getting ready to take a nap. And I took my watch off. What time is it? It's 3:33 p.m. It'll take me a little nappy poo. We have a van time of 4:29 a.m. Bless it. So I'm gonna take a nap. I took a peek at the gym. I didn't record because I didn't go in. But if I get up from my nap, I might go to the gym off the late night, early morning. We'll see though. No promises. As of right now, I just have a DC to Albany. God bless. Albany to DC leg tomorrow. But I'm available through, today's the 9th, I'm available through the 11th, so I know that is not going to be the case. And we're anticipating a snowstorm. I think it's Winter Storm Cora, I believe. We had Blair earlier this week. Cora's coming. So we'll see what the weather looks like and what happens. The flight attendant I'm flying with for this, I've flown with him before when I did my my Minneapolis trip. I believe that was right before Christmas. I think it was the 20th through the 23rd. We flew together. So it's good to see him again.
he already had some flying added to his day for tomorrow because he has a 5-day block. So it doesn't surprise me that they added more to his flying. But what they added to his flying would have got me through my short call day. So I don't understand why they didn't just add me to it and not a Philly-based flight attendant, which is what they did. But yeah, crew scheduling. Let's just laugh together. Crew scheduling. I'm gonna leave it at that. I don't know why they did that, but we'll see. I'm sure they have something up their sleeve for me. I'll probably see it tomorrow, either in the morning before I go to the airport, or, as they like to do to me, they'll change my schedule in the air on my way to DC so that I am pleasantly surprised when we land in DC. I will say that the flight, I looked at it, it's not a completely full flight, so we should have those back rows open. But Albany to DC is not a long flight. So by the time I get through service, well, that early in the morning, a lot more people will probably be asleep. But by the time I get through service, we should be approaching DC. Hopefully it's not as turbulent as it was when we were coming into Albany. But we'll see, especially with the snowstorm that they're expecting. So I'm going to go ahead and take a nap because I'm over here leaking eye fluids. Like, fluids aren't important to keep in my body. So I'm going to give me some rest, and I'll either check in with you guys once I wake up, or it'll be when I wake up. It's just depending on when I wake up. I'm going to leave the curtains open because, as you guys can see, it's very bright in here. Leave the curtains open, so hopefully that'll promote just a nap. But I could probably sleep through a hurricane at this point, as tired as I am. So we'll see. But I'll check in with you guys later when I wake up, and we'll see what happens from there.
Good morning. The time is now 3:52 a.m. I have about 20 minutes to get downstairs. I'm probably going to head down in the next 10-15 minutes because it is a bit of a walk to get to the front desk. When I spoke with you guys last, I just had the Albany to DC crew scheduling, of course. I knew they were going to add to it. So once we get to DC, my current crew is going to get another flight attendant to go to their overnight, I believe. I think he said they're going to GSP. I am doing a flight from DC to Cincinnati. So I will be overnighting in Cincinnati tonight. And then tomorrow, I have 2 legs, but it's crazy how they have it set up. So it will be a flight from Cincinnati to Philly, then a deadhead from Philly to DC. Now, that wouldn't be so crazy if there wasn't an 8-hour sit between when I'm supposed to land in Philly and to when my deadhead is supposed to leave. I don't know. What I do know is that when I get to Philly tomorrow, if they still have just the deadhead on my schedule, I will be calling to request one of 2 things. Either get me a deadhead sooner to DC, or get me a day room. Those are the 2 options. So tomorrow's go home day, so we'll see how it goes. This flight from Albany to DC is kind of full. There's some empty seats. Like I think the whole exit row is empty as of right now, but that's before any upgrades or anything like that. And gate agents are pretty good at clearing that back row for us if we can. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish packing up, get dressed, well, put my outer layers on to prepare for this frigid weather, and then head downstairs to meet my crew. So I will check in with you guys when I get to the airport. We have made it onto the aircraft. I'm going to be an aft girly today. We should be boarding in a minute or two. It is 2 minutes. Okay. So yeah, it's a pretty full birdie. Hold on, I think we're finally gonna get our briefing. We made it back to DC, got me some breakfast, and I called crew scheduling. They moved up my deadhead, thankfully, so no more 8-hour sit when I get to Philly. I am on my next aircraft, and it's the 700 that I like, where the seat is not in between passengers, and even if it was, the back row is cleared for this flight. So very excited about that. I hope the other flight attendant wants to work because I'm getting set up in the back. And just have one more leg for today, DC to Cincinnati. I think I briefly talked about my legs for tomorrow, how I got those changed. So I have Cincinnati to Philly, and then instead of an 8-hour sit, I now just have a 2-hour sit until I fly back to DC. I should be back in DC by like 11 tomorrow. So I was glad they would get that taken care of today with crew scheduling before that flight may have filled up. So everything's turning around, everything's doing good. I'm gonna go ahead and do my checks, and then like I said, I don't know if I said it, but we have like 25 minutes until boarding, so very early. We have made it to Cincinnati. I'm gonna change real quick because we're gonna meet with our crew. The shuttle bus is gonna take us to a restaurant. So I'll do a room tour and everything when I get back. I just wanted to check in with you guys to let you know we made it. And I'm realizing that I am not going to be flying with this crew tomorrow. Let's sit you here. I am getting a new crew. They're getting a new flight attendant. But we're both going to Philly. They're just going to Philly a little later than I am. So, it's all good. I just have the one leg that I'm working to Philly tomorrow. And then I have my deadhead from Philly to DC. And then your girl should be released. It is snowing something serious in the south. Best friends from Atlanta, if you guys watch my New Year's vlog, then he came with me. You know that he lives in Atlanta. So yeah, it's snowing a lot there. We're supposed to get some tomorrow morning, so I'm hoping that I can get home before the snow starts. But it's 1:02 now. I have a couple minutes. I need to get my life together, and I'm gonna meet the crew downstairs. So I'll check back in with you guys once I head downstairs. 4:31 a.m. Get my scarf together. And it's go home day. Yes. It is, what's today's date? The 11th, January 11th. So I recorded a couple clips yesterday of us going out, but I didn't record a lot. And when I got back to the room, when I tell you I was knocked out, I was knocked out. So I'm gonna do a quick room tour with you guys. I have a 5 a.m. van time, and so we have plenty of time, and I'll talk to you guys a little bit more about that, because if I remember correctly, last time I checked in with you guys, I was rushing to get my life together and change so I could meet the crew downstairs. So let's do the room tour, and then I will check in, then I'll update you guys on how today is gonna go and a little recap of how yesterday went. So we start at the door, and here is the room. Over here we have the bathroom. I have a beautiful mirror, sink, and storage area, toilet. This shower right here, y'all, star of the show. So you have the shower head here, and then there, in between the two nozzles and down there, water pressure. So I definitely enjoyed that. It was nice. So then full-length mirror I was just speaking to you guys in. Have a couple of hooks to hang your stuff up. I ordered pizza last night. A little, I guess their version of a closet area, a little place with some hangers, ironing board. Then we have a dresser. There's the bed. There's the TV. And like a little bench area. That's where I was sitting my suitcases and stuff. Table, chair, and here's the window. We'll do a quick glimpse of the view. It snowed before we got here, and it was snowing a little bit yesterday, so obviously still snow on the ground, but as you can see, the roads are still clear, thankfully. So there's a little table here. And that's the room. That is the room. So now, let me talk to you guys about how yesterday went. Okay, so yesterday, we ended up going to this restaurant called Twin Peaks. It reminds me of Hooters, if you're familiar with that chain. But the food was very nice, price very affordable. I had a chicken sandwich, huge chicken sandwich. Didn't even take a picture. I was so hungry, I just dug right in. And I had some asparagus, and it was so good. And so after we ate, the other flight attendant, she wanted to go to the casino. I don't gamble, so I was like, I don't really go to a casino like that, but we all went with her, and it was a good time. It was fun. I did get some clips from that, so you guys have already seen a couple of clips. I try not to record too much in the casino. Obviously, we've got people gambling and stuff like that, but the decorations and stuff, I took pictures and video. So it was nice. We went to, I think it was Hard Rock Casino in Cincinnati. It was nice. So had a good time there. And then, so we stayed there for a couple hours. And then when we got back to on the way back to the hotel, I ordered a pizza on DoorDash. Y'all, I tried to stay up to wait for the pizza. I was knocked out when we got back to the hotel. I laid down. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna rest my eyes. Y'all woke up. It was like 2:30 in the morning. I said, my pizza. It was still out there. So that's that pizza. So that happened. So today like I mentioned earlier, I have a 5 a.m. van time. So I'm gonna, once I finish recapping quickly, get my stuff together and head downstairs. I'll probably be traveling by myself because the crew that I came in with, they're leaving a little later. But we're all going to Philly. So they're getting another flight attendant and they're leaving. I think their van time is gonna be at 7, so 2 hours later than my van time. And I'm meeting the rest of my crew at the airport. I don't know if they're staying here or if they're staying anywhere else. I have no idea. So meet them at the airport, and then I just have, as of right now, I still just have the Cincinnati to Philly and then the deadhead from Philly to DC. I know it snowed in DC last night. It was snowing, when I checked the weather, it said it was actively snowing when I first got up around like 2:30. So, but it said it was only gonna last for like an hour, another hour after that. So it should have stopped snowing by now. And I don't think we got as much snow as we did the last time. So it shouldn't interfere with my flight going home, hopefully. But we'll see. We shall see. These winter storms going through are definitely altering aviation travel. I can't speak on any other travel right now, but aviation travel definitely affected. But we're gonna get through. Like I said, it snowed here a little bit yesterday. It was like light snow, but so we probably will have to de-ice today, but it shouldn't be too bad. When I checked the flight, I think there is all of, if we have 10 people total on this flight, I would be surprised based off of what I saw. So we'll see. It should be a really easy flight. It is now 4:39. I'm gonna go ahead and finish packing my stuff up and get downstairs. So I was checking with you guys at the airport. All right, I have made it to the airport. My crew was actually staying at the hotel that I was staying at. So as I was finishing up getting ready to go downstairs early, they called my room because they had ordered an Uber and we were leaving earlier than what I was planning to leave. So I was able to make it downstairs, meet up with my crew. We made it to the airport. There are a total of 16 passengers riding with us today. So it's gonna be a smooth flight. They should be coming down shortly. And it's still, as of right now, I have, let me refresh so I can tell y'all truths in real time. I have foolishness, that's what I have. So when I get to Philly, I'm gonna deadhead to Philly, then deadhead to DC, then I'm going to deadhead to Buffalo to work the flight back from Buffalo. Here we go. Here we go. So I have made it to Philly and I am heading to my gate. We don't board. We still have maybe like 50 minutes before we board, but I'm gonna try and get me something to eat over there while I wait. So, like I said earlier, I believe I mentioned, of course they added to my schedule, but we'll see if your girl will be working that, because letting them flights delay too much. Call them with the quickness. Pull it off, pull it off, pull it off, pull it off. Right now, I am about to deadhead to DC, and then it's still up for debate if I'm going to then deadhead to Buffalo to work the flight back. So we'll see. I have made it on my deadhead. We are heading to DC now, and then I have like a 2-hour set and then head to Buffalo. So we'll see how the day goes. Excuse me. I'm gonna read my book. It's a real short flight. I'm about time we get up, we're coming down. So I'll check in with you guys when I get to DC. So it is 1:29 after a couple delays, finally on my deadhead, and then just working the flight back to Buffalo. So we just need to get there and get back, and then I should be done for the day. Should be done. So we'll see. I will check in with you guys when I get to Buffalo. Oh, I met the flight attendant that I was going to fly with, and she starts her vacation tomorrow. And because we're delayed, she would time out on the flight coming back. So I told her, I was like, you should call crew scheduling before we leave, because once you get to Buffalo, it kind of forces your hand to waive working. They'll ask if you want to waive the fact that you're illegal, basically. So I told her, I was like, call them. The worst they could say is no. And they released her. She's gonna go on vacation, so I'm so happy for her. I am going to relax. It's a really short flight, so I'm gonna hopefully be able to finish my book, because I definitely took a nap on my Philly deadhead, and go from there. It is going to be a completely full bird when we get there, and there's going to be people with some tight connections and possibly missed connections, but hopefully we'll be able to turn around real quick when we get to Buffalo. But I will update all of you lovely people with that when I can. So I will try and check in when we get to Buffalo. We got a completely full flight, just one seat available. Made it to Buffalo, and we're about to turn around and go right back to DC. It's going to be a quick one, so we're just going to do service by request. So I'm okay with that. I'm going to be an accident today, and I will check in with you guys when we get to DC, because I'm going home when I get to DC. I'm speaking to existence. They can't give me nothing. Hello, I have made it back to DC. It is currently 5:24 p.m. and your girl is released. Just a little recap for today. I started the day in Cincinnati, and then stress relief in here. Started the day in Cincinnati, and I worked the flight from Cincinnati to Philly. Then I deadheaded from Philly to DC, to then deadhead from DC to Buffalo to work the flight back from Buffalo. So that's all I did. And because of all of the winter storms and just the weather, it's not actively snowing here, but everywhere that I've gone to, it's been cold and snow on the ground, and it's affecting operations, obviously. So my flight from Cincinnati to Philly, we boarded and everything on time. It wasn't a full flight. That was the flight I think I had a total of 19 people once everything was all said and done. A total of 19 people, but we had to de-ice. So we arrived in Philly a little later than we scheduled. I think it was maybe 15-ish minutes difference. My deadhead from Philly to DC, that one I believe left on time. And then I ate lunch. I just took pictures because my best friend called and I was on the phone with him while I was eating. So I had some seafood. I really love seafood, y'all. So I had some oysters and I had a salad. So it's a water, on my health thing. So had that, then went to my gate for my Buffalo deadhead, and that plane was delayed coming in from Knoxville due to maintenance. And then when they got to DC, it resolved itself, but there was a little issue with the jetway moving it, or the gate agent had trouble moving it to the aircraft, so it added to our delay. So because of that, the original flight attendant that I was going to work with on the Buffalo to DC flight,
she starts her vacation tomorrow. So when we got back, she would have timed out based off of when her day is supposed to end today in order for her to, start her vacation. So she had called and they removed her from the trip and they added another flight attendant on that was sitting hot. So he came in the middle of boarding, so it didn't delay us getting out of there. And when we got to Buffalo, we just had a quick turnaround, but it was pretty much a completely full flight for Buffalo to DC, which doesn't surprise me because a lot of people come to our bases and connect to another flight. So because we were delayed coming in, a lot of people had tight connections. So we did what we could to get them to their connection. So I made the announcement that, if DC is your stop or you have a later connection, please allow those with a tight connection to try and deplane and make it to their gate. I told them which direction to go if they're connecting in, because we came into D gate, so D is in David. So I let them know which way to go if they're connecting in E gate, if they're connecting in A, B, or C. So that's one less thing they had to worry about. But our valet bags, it took them a while to get the valet bags up to the passengers. So I have a feeling a few of them may have missed their connection and will have to be rebooked for another flight. Unfortunately, it happens. It does happen. If we weren't as delayed and stretched so thin, then things would be going a little smoother. So I do hope that they were able to get taken care of and accommodated, and hopefully, best case scenario, they made it to their gates. So there was that. And then I was calling crew scheduling to be released. They were not answering the phone. By the time they answered the phone, I was already on the shuttle making my way. So, but I knew they were going to check me out because there aren't many flights and or turns that I could do on this last day of my 3-day block that would get me back without me timing out, because my day started so early. So one of the reasons I love 5 a.m. short call. So that is how that went. So this trip has been a twist and turns and all of that. And hey, that's reserve life for you. That's what I chop it up to. And I don't know, it feels very like misery loves company, but I am kind of glad to know it's not just the flight attendants that go through it. It's our pilots too. I wish nobody went through it, but it kind of feels good that we're not singled out with how they turn us every which way but loose. So I joined crews, I left crews. Like, I've seen quite a few people. I'm starting to recognize people in the airport, and it's just great. It's an absolute pleasure flying with everyone that I've flown with. So but I'm back home. I am glad that most of the snow that we had did melt, so I'll be able to get out without an issue. I didn't have to shovel anything. The only thing was I was stepping in snow next to my car, so a little feet cold. But I'm gonna make my way home. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, live freely, love always, travel often. Bye.